Step into your grandmother's house, and you might notice something strange. The walls seem to whisper stories of a bygone era, where everyday life looked completely different from today. What if I told you that homes once had secret passages for servants, tiny elevators for food, and windows that opened in ways you've never seen before? Today, we're diving deep into 10 fascinating home features that have completely vanished from modern living, and trust me, some of these will blow your mind. Let's start with something that might sound absolutely wild to anyone under 30. Before your smartphone existed, before the internet, and way before modern conveniences, people actually had human alarm clocks. These were called knocker-uppers, and they were real people whose entire job was to wake others up by tapping on bedroom windows with long sticks or shooting peas at glass panes. Imagine paying someone to literally knock you out of bed every morning because alarm clocks weren't reliable or affordable yet. These human wake-up services were especially common in industrial towns during the 1800s and early 1900s, where factory workers needed to start their shifts before dawn. The knocker-uppers had their own internal body clocks so finely tuned that they rarely overslept themselves. This profession disappeared almost overnight when affordable mechanical alarm clocks became widespread, leaving behind only fascinating stories and the occasional old photograph of someone carrying a long pole through empty streets. Now here's something that would make modern parents absolutely panic. Victorian homes often featured something called sleeping porches, which were exactly what they sound like. Entire families would sleep outside on covered porches, even during winter months, because people genuinely believed that fresh air could cure almost any illness. This wasn't just a quirky trend, it was considered essential for good health. Doctors actually prescribed sleeping outdoors for conditions ranging from tuberculosis to simple colds. These porches were designed with special screens to keep insects out while allowing maximum airflow. Some wealthy families even built elaborate multi-story sleeping porches that looked like outdoor hotels attached to their homes. The practice was so popular that entire neighborhoods would sound like outdoor camping trips every single night. This trend faded as modern medicine advanced, and people realized that controlled indoor environments were actually better for health and comfort. Speaking of things that would terrify modern homeowners, let's talk about wall safes hidden behind moving pictures. Long before electronic security systems, wealthy families installed mechanical safes directly into their walls, then disguised them with hinged paintings or mirrors. These weren't just simple hiding spots, they were sophisticated mechanical locks that required specific combinations, or even multiple keys turned in precise sequences. The most elaborate ones had decoy compartments that would open to reveal fake valuables, while the real treasures remained hidden in secondary chambers. Some families passed down not just the combinations, but also elaborate stories and riddles that served as additional security measures. Children grew up thinking certain paintings were just decorative elements, never knowing fortunes were literally hanging on their walls. As banks became more reliable and home security evolved, these hidden wall safes became unnecessary, though contractors still occasionally discover them during renovation projects. Here's something that might sound like science fiction, but was actually standard in many homes. Root cellars weren't just simple storage spaces, they were underground climate control systems that could preserve food for months without any electricity. These weren't crude holes in the ground, they were carefully engineered chambers dug at specific depths, where the Earth's natural temperature remained constant year-round. The walls were often lined with stone or brick, and the designs included sophisticated ventilation systems that prevented moisture buildup while maintaining optimal humidity levels. Families would store everything from apples and potatoes to preserved meats and dairy products in these underground chambers. The really impressive ones had multiple rooms for different types of food storage, with some chambers specifically designed for fermenting foods and others for keeping items at different temperature ranges. Modern refrigeration made these elaborate underground systems obsolete, though some rural families still maintain traditional root cellars for emergency preparedness. Now let's talk about something that would make modern interior designers weep with envy. Ceiling medallions weren't just decorative elements, they were actually functional pieces that served multiple purposes in home design. These ornate plaster or wood carvings that surrounded light fixtures were designed to distribute weight from heavy chandeliers while also improving room acoustics and hiding unsightly ceiling joints. The most elaborate ones were hand-carved works of art that took skilled craftsmen weeks to complete. Different styles indicated the homeowner's social status and cultural background, with some medallions featuring family crests or symbols representing the owner's profession. The really sophisticated ones incorporated hidden ventilation systems or even secret compartments accessible only through the attic. As architectural styles simplified and mass production took over, these intricate ceiling features disappeared from most homes, replaced by simple mounting hardware that purely functional rather than decorative. Here's something that would seem absolutely magical to modern children. Many Victorian homes featured elaborate bell systems that connected every room to a central service area, usually in the kitchen or servants' quarters. These weren't simple doorbells, they were complex mechanical networks of wires, pulleys, and springs that allowed people to summon help from anywhere in the house. Each room had its own distinctive bell sound, so servants knew exactly where they were needed without any confusion. The most sophisticated systems included speaking tubes that acted like primitive intercoms, allowing actual conversations between floors. Some wealthy homes had dozens of these bells, creating musical chimes throughout the day as family members requested various services. The bells were often beautifully crafted brass or silver pieces that doubled as decorative elements. As homes became smaller and domestic help became less common, these elaborate communication systems disappeared, replaced eventually by much simpler electric buzzers and then modern technology. Let's explore something that modern homeowners would find absolutely fascinating. Many old homes featured built-in ironing boards that folded directly out of walls or cabinets, creating instant workspace that disappeared completely when not in use. These weren't simple fold-down tables, they were engineered solutions that included heat-resistant surfaces, storage for irons and supplies, and even ventilation systems to handle steam and heat. The really elaborate ones had multiple fold-out sections that could accommodate different types of garments and ironing techniques. Some included built-in electrical outlets specifically positioned for iron use, which was quite advanced for the time. These space-saving solutions were especially popular in smaller homes and apartments where every square inch mattered. As permanent laundry rooms became standard and professional cleaning services became more accessible, these ingenious built-in ironing solutions disappeared from home design, though vintage home enthusiasts still seek them out. Here's something that would absolutely baffle modern teenagers. Many homes featured dedicated telephone nooks, which were small built-in alcoves specifically designed for making phone calls. These weren't just convenient spots to place a phone. They were architectural features that included built-in seating, special acoustic design to provide privacy, and even storage for phone books and writing materials. The walls were often curved or angled to reduce echo and improve sound quality during conversations. Some included small built-in desks with slots for pens and notepads, since people actually wrote down important information during phone calls. The lighting in these nooks was carefully planned to provide adequate illumination for writing while creating a cozy atmosphere for longer conversations. These dedicated communication spaces disappeared as phones became portable and eventually transformed into pocket-sized computers that we carry everywhere. Now here's something that might seem incredibly primitive, but was actually quite sophisticated. Many homes featured elaborate clothesline systems that weren't just outdoor arrangements, but complex indoor mechanisms for year-round laundry management. These systems included pulley arrangements that could move clotheslines up and down, retractable lines that could be hidden when not in use, and even heated drying rooms with special ventilation to prevent moisture problems. Some homes had clotheslines that ran between buildings, operated by complex pulley systems that could transport laundry baskets across courtyards or even between different floors of the same building. The most advanced systems included weather prediction elements with special covers that could automatically protect hanging clothes from sudden rain. These elaborate laundry management systems disappeared as electric dryers became affordable and practical, though some environmentally conscious homeowners are rediscovering the benefits of air-drying clothes. Finally, let's talk about something that would seem absolutely incredible to modern families. Many older homes featured what were called morning rooms, which were specifically designed to catch the first light of day and provide an ideal space for starting each morning. These rooms were positioned to face east and were furnished with comfortable seating, small tables for breakfast service, and large windows that could be opened to let in fresh morning air. The decoration in these rooms was deliberately cheerful and energizing, with light colors and uplifting artwork chosen specifically to improve mood and energy levels. Some morning rooms included built-in breakfast nooks, special lighting for reading morning newspapers, and even small fireplaces for chilly mornings. These rooms served as transition spaces between the privacy of bedrooms and the activity of main living areas. As homes became smaller and families adopted different daily routines, these dedicated morning spaces disappeared, replaced by more flexible rooms that serve multiple purposes throughout the day. These forgotten home features tell fascinating stories about how people lived, worked, and thought about their daily lives in completely different ways than we do today. Each one represents solutions to problems we no longer have, or approaches to comfort and convenience that modern technology has made obsolete. What's most remarkable is how much thought and engineering went into creating homes that worked in harmony with natural cycles and human needs, often in ways that seem almost magical compared to our current digital solutions.